Greetings, this is Sloshworks and Book, something brand new, something I've been looking forward to for a really, really long time. It came out yesterday, kind of on the American, I think it was, time zone, so we're about a day behind everybody else on YouTube. But I've been looking forward to this so much that I can't wait to get into it. We are going to be checking out Shadowrun Hong Kong. Now, for the people who've been on the channel for a little while, we have done a full playthrough of Shadowrun Returns, and we got like 90% of the way through Shadowrun Dragonfall, but we didn't quite finish that one because other things came up. But I've always been meaning to kind of go back and finish off those last couple of missions because the plot is kind of awesome. But what we have with Shadowrun Hong Kong is an incredibly unique world. I think I'll kind of talk about it as we go through, but without any further ado, I've been waiting for this for absolute months. I backed it on Kickstarter. I can't wait to get to it. Let's start. So we're going to be starting the Hong Kong game. Hong Kong, a stable and prosperous port of call in a sea of chaos, warfare and political turmoil. The Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone is a land of contradictions. It is one of the 6 world's most successful centres of business and also one of its most dangerous sprawl sites. A land of bright lights, gleaming towers and restless spirits where life is cheap and everything is for sale. Now, the one great thing about Shadowrun games is that they kind of come with the tools they use to make the game. So there's a lot of user-made content available through the Steam Workshop or wherever you like to get your mods and stuff from. So let's just jump into it. Let's do it on normal. Yeah, let's do it on normal. We can always put the difficulty up later if we really want to. Right. So in the world of Shadowrun, there is no difference between males and females. But we're going to go on male. Now, in the first Shadowrun Returns that we played through, we played a orc street ninja or street samurai or whatever they're called. And in Dragonfall, we played a shaman. Now, the shaman wasn't as much fun as I was kind of hoping. And I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to play a rigger in this one, because the great thing about the world of Shadowrun is that it's kind of Blade Runner-esque with orcs and elves and gnomes and magic and guns and the Matrix and computers and robots, and it's kind of like a mishmash of everything, kind of like the ultimate multicultural world. So I was thinking in this one I'd actually play a Decker. Now, the key attribute that they do use is intelligence, so I'm going to have a quick look and look at the maximum stats we can have. Now, the elves can have maximum stat of 9 intelligence, the dwarves can have 9, the orcs can have 9, trolls can have 6, so we're definitely not going to go troll, and the humans can go 9. Now, humans get a +3 karma at the start of the game, which is pretty groovy. All elves have +1 to charisma, and nothing else kind of goes. So I think we're just going to go a human for this one. I think it's going to be a human. Decker's probably going to work out the best. Now let's see what we can actually make here. I'll take off auto. Let's have a look at what different hairstyles we can have. What was that one? It's interesting. It looks kind of like Gene Simmons from Kiss. What's the most... Oh, there we go. Dreadlocks. Gotta go the dreadlocks. There we go. Let's see if we... What's the biggest beard that we can get? The biggest beard. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go with that. Brilliant. And we don't get horns on him because he's a human, but that's alright. There we go. We'll go through here, see if we can find a picture that looks relatively similar to our person, but we're probably not going to have much luck because it doesn't seem to kind of work that way. I don't know if... I guess we're going to have to go with that, aren't we? There we go. They have a lot more art in it this time. That is really cool. Way more than there was last time. That is awesome. So let's just go back through again. I know which one I kind of want. I know when we get there, so... There we go. That will be us. Let's go to our stats. As I said, this is kind of a mishmash of all of the things that make fantasy worlds great. It's kind of all together in one game, and it's really cool. So, intelligence is our important thing. We want to get our decking up. We want to get our drone control up, because I think I'm going to build this guy around using robots. We are also going to need to get our quickness up, because quickness is actually what's important for having pistols and rifles and stuff like that, and we do want him to be able to kind of defend himself as well. So first things first, let's get his intelligence up. We've got 25 karma left. You can see that opens up all of these. You can get them to 5. To get to there, you need to get intelligence to 6, which costs you 6 to get there. So we'll put intelligence up to 5 to start with. I'm going to put decking up to there. You see it costs 1 to get to there, 2 to get to there, and 3 to get to there. So it actually goes up quite quickly. And you see that drone control is required for drone combat. So you can see these things kind of all work together, and you need them all for the next one. So I'm thinking, let's get range combat up to around about there. And I'm going to go with a submachine gun now. We have 0 karma left, so we've got 3 on range combat, 2 on submachine gun, and in intelligence we've got 5. We've got 3 on decking. We've got 2 on drone control and 2 on drone combat. That just gives some kind of bonuses to the drone. That means we can equip the drones. And here on the decking, it's different types of decks that we can equip. Now, the decks is what you use to deck into the matrix, if that makes sense. It's all going to become kind of apparent as we go. Confirm. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. We got this from having karma. Now, because we're not going to be building our karma up because we're not a shaman or anything like that, I'm going to say that this guy has Shadowrun Etiquette, because that kind of works with the plot behind, this guy. I'm assuming we used to be a Shadowrunner, because that's been the plot on the other one. So, first name is Slosh. Actually, no, we're going to go Rupert O'Shaughnessy. And a street name is Slosh. So most people should call us Slosh, but Rupert O'Shaughnessy was one of my wrestling characters that I used to play back in the days of Nintendo 64 against Buzz Train and LTD guy. So I've always kind of liked that. I'm really, really excited about this. I cannot wait. Music's pretty cool.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
Oh man, I'm so psyched. I love the art style, that's so cool. It's so garish and kind of fluorescent and futuristic and Blade Runner-ish, and oh man, I absolutely love this game. It's so awesome. Raymond Black, the old man gave you a home once, took you and Duncan off the gang-ridden streets of the Barrens, sheltered, educated, slapped sense into both of you, until you almost resembled productive members of society. And then you took off, left it all behind, landed behind bars for a time, tried to start a new life after that. It's been 8 years since you've heard Raymond's voice. Until out of the blue you got this cryptic message, a plea for help, meet me in Hong Kong right away, and wired to your account enough nuyen to pay for the flight and then some. The descent is rough. A squall comes out of nowhere, sending a solid sheet of rain punching into the subaudible transport. With a ragged shudder, the plane finally skids to a halt at the edge of the Czech Lap tarmac. An hour and an interminable number of emotionless security checkpoints later, you hail a water taxi to Victoria Harbour. Hong Kong looms ahead, pulsing with energy. The guys who make this series of games are really cool. I really think they've done a good job. Oh wow, things actually move now. You step from the churning of the water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. As soon as you're clear, the captain nods once and steers the small craft back into the harbour. The man never said a word, just handed you a worn brown duffel bag when you stepped on board, filled with gear, some stiff new body armour and note, better safe than sorry, D. Above, smog-thick clouds hang low in the sky, reflecting the lights of the city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heavy stew of aromas, diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, lean, with an in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Duncan. So this is Duncan, I guess he's the orc. Well, don't you look like shit? Duncan Wu. The closest thing you have to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years. Still as charming as ever. He grins. Green's not really your colour, Rupert. Doesn't go with that nice new armour I got you. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach. A liquid bubbling sensation. Oh, sorry. If you had longer than 3 body, you'd vomit. So I could just do. Should I just throw up? No, I can't. Don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm going to vomit. Look, Your stomach lurches again as another wave crashes against the pier. The taste of bile fills your mouth. Listen, if you're going to hell, get it over with now. We've got to go find Raymond. Good to see you too. I'll find you some ginger ale or something after we figure out where he is. He's still got that same baritone rasp. Had it since he was 12. We developed early. He never showed up, Rupert. It's not like him. When was the last time you saw him? A few weeks ago, before I got his message telling us to meet him here. I'd been working a lot, so I hadn't really been by the house in a while. Is the house still the same? Is Mrs. Maloney still cleaning up a trail of pipe tobacco in his wake? The orc bows his head. Mrs. Maloney's dead, Rupert, 3 years ago. Bad ticker. He couldn't hire another housekeeper after that. He kind of creeped them out. His voice sounds far away. Raymond hasn't been himself in a long time. The Raymond that I remember was a bit distant to begin with. This is different. He's been restless, staying in his study, inside his own head a lot. And he barely sleeps anymore. I've been worried about him, but I haven't figured out what to do about it. Really digging the water effects up there. He looks at you and shrugs. And I didn't have a brother to turn to. Hell, wasn't too sure you were even alive still until Raymond managed to track down your number. The woman standing beside him breaks in. We should get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. Oh, so that's his real dad? No, he's not. He dragged him off the street as well. I'm just confused. Copy that, Sarge. They're wearing Lone Star body armour. Looks like Duncan Wu's gone private police. Apparently the Lone Star is one of the major corporations that kind of run the world. You his girlfriend or something? Oh, hell no. The corner of her mouth flicks upward in amusement. I'm his partner. The woman taps her chest with an arm and a finger. Carter. I figured I could use some backup. Didn't know what Raid got himself into, and I wasn't sure you were going to show up. It's a tossed-off remark, but there's an undercurrent of resentment in it. Of course I showed up. I'm not going to start an argument with my, pseudo-brother straight away when we've been playing for only a couple of minutes. Yeah, well, I wasn't so sure, He shakes his head. Hey, look, I'm glad you're here, Rupert. Seriously, but I'm going to need some time to get used to having you around again. Been a while since I heard from you. You know what I mean? Memories of sleepless nights in lockup flash by, wondering if you'd ever see Duncan or Raymond again, wondering if you even wanted to. And then, stepping out into the daylight, suddenly free, the fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring, a few $100 million worth of apology from your former jailers, and a decision to start a new life, to leave the past behind, all of it. Until now. Yeah, we'll talk about it later, okay? He stares at you, his goggles reflecting the harbour lights. Yeah. Okay. Seems like we're brothers. We're alright. Be fine. Scans the waterfront, frowning. Let's just find Raymond. He was supposed to meet us in the plaza on the other side of this pier. The sooner we find him, says Carter, the sooner you can all have a big happy family reunion over dinner. She grins. And the sooner I can find a place to get a drink around here. I'll have a drink. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises serpent-like from the sea, government and megacorp coiled together. writhing in their basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake's body ends and its tail begins. That's what Raymond used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. See if we can see our inventory or anything. Don't think we can actually access any of that stuff yet. No, we can. Let's see what we've got. We have an Uzi and a Sony CTY 360 deck. We have a grenade, a med kit, and a trauma kit. Trauma kits can revive basically killed teammates in combat. They're kind of cool, kind of necessary. We've got some basic armor and that's it. Could be way, way worse. Alright. Objective added, keep the team alive, head to the meeting location. Now I'm pretty sure that, yes, if you press Alt, it shows things that can be interacted with, which is actually quite useful. So let's inspect this and see what we can see. Fresh construction is expanding the harbour out into the water. Corporate interests can afford to create new streets. The corporations basically, as I said, run the entire world. They kind of... It's like entire countries are basically corporations now. So this is locked, so we can't go that way. There's nothing I can actually see in there anyway. It's a bit of a pity. Can't interact with that. Okay. The little yellow kind of symbols kind of indicate mission things, so we'll go this way. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. Shouldn't there be someone here to let us out or something, man? Yeah, smells a bit funny, don't it? Says Duncan. Carter shrugs. Who knows? It's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Oh, so she's new here? Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. Ah, so he's not the boss. That's interesting. Can't see anything over there. There's nothing we can do over there. You can zoom in reasonable distance, but not... Actually, I feel like you can zoom out further than you could in the last one. That's kind of cool. The gate is locked. The nearby control panel appears accessible. Carter pulls it open with a metallic screech that pierces your skull, sending a new wave of pain down to your churning stomach. Ah, because we're sick. We do have 3 intelligence, so we can take a crack at that. We probably should do that. She examines the control panel for a bit, then throws Wooer back at a glance. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think I can bypass a lock. Let me just crack it. Carter steps aside to let you get at the panel, so I guess she's there in case you have a character that doesn't have 3 intelligence, so can't get through. Joy. This is a civilian area and security is light. You bypass the door circuit with ease. Excellent, we easily got through. Can't see anything else around here at the moment. Movement? Where? Shouting in Cantonese. More Cantonese. Too quick to catch. More Cantonese. More Cantonese. Lots of Cantonese. So you can see there's 3 enemies up there. They're all running kind of around. I wonder what's going to happen. Actually, there's 4 of them. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of a speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay and the speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbour glints off their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast for you to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house and the language lesson that wouldn't end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Boy speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never let it drop. So how do we know what he's saying? If we don't... I'm confused. You guys doing some late night fishing? The smuggler smiles. Oh yeah, we're fishing for assholes. Boy points at their weapons. You're going to need some better bait. All you're going to catch with that is trouble. I'm going to try out your Cantonese. Should we do that? Or try it out Cantonese? Shannon Cantonese. Lone Star, lay down your weapons. The spokesman laughs, looks at his crew. Hey, you talk good Cantonese, baby, real authentic. He keeps laughing. Actually, he just told me to screw my light bulb. So something tells me you're not a cop. Or you're a cop from the UCAS, and you ain't got no jurisdiction here. So I can't remember what the UCAS is, but he grasps his rifle. Either way, this ends the same. Carter says, I think he's done talking, so we're going to go into combat now. We are in turn-based combat mode, so basically it's kind of basically the same as XCOM, so you can see you can move and shoot, or move twice, or kind of shoot twice, you know, all that kind of stuff, but we do want to get into a little bit of cover. We've got 4 of them there. We've got a tattooed gunman, a mage, an enforcer, and a thug. So the mage might be somebody that we want to take out fairly soon. You can actually change between these guys as much as you want. Okay, so she's a mage. So she could effectively, that is an AoE spell, So she could actually do that and get both of those guys. Except there is cover intervening, so we're not necessarily going to want to do that. Let's get everybody in cover first before we start trying to do anything special. So she can move to there. And her, as a mage, her basic weapon is basically a power bolt. You kind of upgrade that as you go. There's a 70% chance there. And of course she missed. Now, I don't have a drone yet, so I'm just going to move to here. And now spray and pay, which is 2 attacks with less chance for a critical, may hit adjacent characters, uses 6 bullets. Now you can see kind of how many bullets it's going to use. Normal attack with an SMG is going to use the same amount now. So he's on 55% accurate, 55% chance to hit. Let's take it. We're not doing excellent here, so we've got Duncan now. Duncan's my mate. I'm going to have a beer with Duncan. Got an aim shot. You can see in the little corner here, it's got like a little clock with 3, so you can only do that every 3 turns. Let's just use that as quick as we can. We've got a crit for 1.5 times damage. Okay, half damage. That's not necessarily good. Some of the mage spells kind of get a damage over time as well. But so see, the wounded 5, actually that's the other really kind of important thing with this game, is each wound can only be healed while it's like the latest wound. So if say you get damage for 25 and then you get damage for 5 after that, if you heal, you will only heal the last wound, which is the 5, and the 25 will not be able to be healed by like kind of the magic spells. You can use medikits and stuff to get past that, but it's kind of an interesting mechanic which can bite you in the ass quite a bit. 54%, come on. Okay, we did 9 damage. They're almost dead. That one's down. Excellent. Burst fire, 2 attacks in 1 action. Let's take that out on the Enforcer. Now, I am going to do the Mana Ball Explosion, I think. That is going to get the 2 of them. It should hit both of them. I'm kind of just doing this to check. So we did a crit for 20 on him and hit him for 10. That guy is right there. He's punching the hell out of it. You can see her armor's getting kind of bypassed here. You can see the little white dot is actually armor. Okay, so what can you do? Let's strip armor. Oh, none of them have any armor anymore anyway. Alright, so she can get a power bolt there, 99%. Oh, I apparently stole his armor when he didn't have any, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm still getting reused to the game. So we've got 38%. I don't think there's any point in doing that. So I'm going to move him over to here just to see if we can get one more go. 46 is okay. Might take a chance. Almost. Kind of snapshot. Come on, you can get him. Excellent. He's down. I was kind of the shotgun. So you can see here the gun is red now, so we'll just reload that. Takes a turn. And then you can just go back to what you were doing. All guns kind of automatically load at the end of combat, so you don't have to worry about that so much. Just get him. And that's kind of... Do you think those guys would try it? It's kind of the basics of combat. It gets a lot more complicated than that, though. Sure, I don't recognize their tattoos. Interesting. So let's... that's locked over there. There's nothing we can really interact with. Oh, nope. There's a chest over here that we can go and loot. So if we find anything interesting. Found some Toko, an illegal street drug made from the elite kamikaze formula. It has 1 body, 1 strength, 1 willpower for 5 rounds. So we'll take it. Security checkpoint here. It's going to get us through there. I can't see anywhere else here we need to go. Looks edged with monofilament. The corporations here don't screw around. Monofilament, if I remember correctly, cuts directly through the atoms of your skin. Why don't we cut ourselves an opening? She shakes her head. Even if you could, it'd snap back on you. Ever seen a high tension wire whip through a human body? You don't want to. We ain't touching. How about it, Card? I think you can get the gate open. She winks at him. What do you think? It'll take me a few minutes. I wonder what she's going to do. She leans in to get a closer look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she starts pulling wires and yanking fuses, a look of intense concentration on her face. I thought she was a mage. In Cantonese, Rupert. It sounds like Raymond when he does that. pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table, satisfied. He shakes his head, continues in Cantonese. You're going to be a dick about this, Rupert? We're in Hong Kong, only Cantonese from now on. Just like when we lived at Raymond's house, those endless drills are about to pay off. It's coming back, won't be a problem. He nods once, satisfied, then turns his back and scans the horizon. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. Did you doubt it? His back is still to... His back's still to you, so he's still facing away from it. He's not even looking at us. Nope. The silence between you gets louder, heavier. Then it's broken by a sudden wailing screech. Wu's hand goes to his holster. The screech is replaced by the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over to the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it. I like Carter. Get it, Carter. Let's get through here and see if we can find something out here. I dig this art style. I wonder how much freedom we have out here. The light from the vendor stall stabs into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as rough voices drift in on the wind. Tattooed smuggler. Where's everyone else? Where's the damn shipment? Haven't seen them yet. We just got here. So it's street soldiers and the smugglers seem to be kind of in cahoots. The voice becomes irritated. Long ways probably is waiting for us so we can haul it out of the boat for him, that lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here, let him find us. Carter keeps her voice low. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. Those gangsters don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now while we've got the element of surprise on our side. While unaware hostiles are on screen, press the unholster button to enter turn-based combat. So, where is... Oh, it's up here. Let's just go up here and do some looting first. Oh, we could go that way and just get out of here. I don't know, I want to get them. But let's get into some kind of position first. Let's attack. Let's go for it. Alright, so we don't have any full cover available at all. You can kind of see this is all half cover. Line of sight is blocked. Let's see if we get him all the way down here. He's got cover to the front and to the back. And we can take an aim shot on that guy. Oh, he's just down. That was awesome. We'll go spray and pay on that guy. Wow, we didn't really do well there. That's not as good as I was hoping. So let's get her down here. I think there's actually no cover behind that bike, which is a bit of a pity. We're going to strip armor on this guy anyway, just so that he's got no armor. It's going to make a bit of a difference once it's not our turn anymore. Ooh, he hurt us pretty bad. Could you guys stop kidding me? We'll get down here, and what have we got here? Spray and pay on you, buddy. That's really, really not proving to be all that useful. 99% accuracy, let's go in. Okay, he's down, and we should be able to get this guy in this round as well. He's got 10 damage, so he should be able to get him. No. We are going to get one more turn on us. Oh, he healed himself, and he threw a grenade and got both of us. That's not cool. I'm going to move him down here. Just try and flank him just that little bit more. Hit him for a little bit. We'll move him up here and take a pot shot. 10 damage. Come on, we got to get him. That should do it. Done and done. So we took these guys out. We didn't necessarily need to, but I was kind of hoping there'd be some loot that we could get. I've got a basic medikit. Man, really? Is that all we got? So we'll jump in here. We still haven't got any karma yet. We haven't earned it. You kind of earn it as you go. We do have 1200 million, which is pretty groovy. So you can see what skills they have here. He's got close combat and throwing weapons and ranged combat. And a little bit of biotech. And she's got quite a bit. She's got conjuring. She's got quite a bit of casting. She does have some dodge and some ranged combat. So she can use a rifle as well. She's pretty groovy. She's not as cool as Gloria and the other one, which kind of had like the Wolverine spikes, though. They were pretty damn awesome. So we're going to head up this way. And I think this is probably the best place to leave this first episode. So this is Shadowrun Hong Kong, guys. I'm really, really excited about this game. I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching it. We're going to try and do a full playthrough. They're really, really cool role-playing games, and if it's anything like Dragonfall, the plot and the story and the world is absolutely fascinating. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Any comments or suggestions or questions or whatsoever, please do leave them down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time.